Here to discuss it all, and there's a lot to discuss. So look who we've got for you, our superstar panel. CBS News senior political editor, Steve Chaggaris. Somebody let him in. RealClearPolitics national political reporter, Huey-Burns. And, well, last but certainly not least, she's on the bird up early, CBSN political contributor and Republican strategist, Leslie Sanchez, all with us. Leslie, since you're out there, you go first. We just heard Donald Trump now, answering a question about a potential running mate. This is the first morning of perhaps official presumptive nominee questions for him. What did you make then of the answer about who he might choose?
I think it's really interesting. It's certainly what the response has been and what we've seen consistently in exit polls is people were voting obviously for leadership style versus experience. But the smart ticket choice is to bring someone with the bona fides that knows how to pass meaningful legislation, work across the aisle, and actually empower the presidency to get things done. That's a smart strategic move, and it's the deal making I think a lot of people are going to be looking for.
Steve, we heard a lot from Donald Trump last night in terms of unity. He has promised in times past that he would unify this party. After the really bloody 24 hours that he had, he and Ted Cruz and their attacks yesterday, you wonder what is the state of a unified GOP party right now?
I think it's less unifying the former candidates and really looking at the party and figuring out, A, how can I get all the donors on board? Because there are donors out there talking about, I'm never going to give any money to Donald Trump. We're looking at Senate races and House races. Let's just focus on that and make sure that they're not going to be hurt by a Trump nomination. You've got experts in the fields of foreign policy in all the policies that he hasn't really sort of laid out yet. He's going to sit down with all those people and explain to them what are his policies, get the party on board with whether it's a platform or just a general idea of what his campaign is going to be moving forward. And he's got to get leadership. I mean, the Reince Priebus tweet last night, I think, was a good step, at least getting the RNC together and saying, look, we all have to move forward together to stop Hillary Clinton. Let's get this going. But he has a lot of work to do. And then he's got to reach out to the former candidates and reach out to people who are running for office and get everybody in the same boat and say, we're in this together to take down Hillary Clinton and the Democrats.
I mean, that's a big to-do list
for a guy who has not made a lot of friends in this process, and he is actually, I think, voters are attracted to the fact that he hasn't made a lot of friends in this process. He said he's an outsider. He says he's not from Washington. Okay, well now he has to change. Now he has to actually become a creature of this system that he is railed against, and so it'll be interesting to see how he makes that transition.
And Caitlin, as he makes the transition, and perhaps he'll put one nickname away, and it'll go from Lion Ted to Crooked Hillary.